You're probably not overjoyed by your parking charge notice from UKPC, and the immediate question is, should you pay or appeal? If you think you've been served this ticket unfairly, then you should definitely appeal. I'll move on to my top 5 ways to appeal your UKPC ticket in a minute. But first, it's important to understand that private parking tickets are more like an invoice than a fine. The reason that you've been landed with one is because the operator believes you haven't abided by the rules that should be clearly signposted when you drive in. The moment you drive into a UKPC car park, they're watching you like a hawk to make sure that you follow their parking procedures. But sometimes they get it wrong. ANPR cameras have been known to read registrations incorrectly. Also, thanks to new legislation, there's more leniency for human error on the driver's part, so you may have more reasons to appeal than you originally thought. If you choose to appeal, then you've got 28 days from receiving the ticket to do so, which puts any further action on hold. You can appeal in 3 ways: by email, post, or online. Evidence is crucial, so get as much of it as you possibly can. I'll tell you why it's best not to ignore your parking fine after my 5 great reasons to appeal your UKPC ticket. Number 1, you are within the grace period, so you're entitled to 10 minutes after your ticket expires to get back to your car. So if you're only a couple of minutes after your allotted time, then you have a very strong case to appeal. Number 2, the signs weren't very clear, so for example, they could be faded, hidden by trees, broken or barely visible. You'll need photo evidence to back this up, so take as many as you possibly can, and a video too. Number 3, you were unable to get back to your vehicle. Now this could be a medical emergency or something just as serious. Again, you'll need to be able to prove this. Number 4, you couldn't get back in time because you've got mobility issues. If you're disabled, pregnant, or have a very young baby, the Equality Act says that you must be treated with understanding. And number 5, you were parked correctly, but an error was made, because these things happen. Now, you've probably got the hint by now, but the more you can prove, the better. It gives your appeal against UKPC a better chance. Ignoring the parking ticket isn't advised. However, I do get asked a lot if these private firms can enforce the fines on private property. Now, technically, they can't demand payment, only a court can, but if UKPC wins against you in a civil court, both your pockets and your credit history could be affected. Ignoring the fine might lead to legal consequences, and while it's not a certainty, there is a risk of being taken to court. Before it gets to that stage, you could be sent demand letters and also potentially be contacted by debt collection agencies. And if the operator takes legal action and wins, it could result in a negative mark on your credit score. A CCJ, a county court judgment, would affect your credit rating for 6 years, making it harder to get credit and also access to lower interest rates. Ultimately, the decision to pay or appeal a UKPC parking fine rests on the evidence that the ticket might be unjust. If there's clear proof of violations by the operator, then an appeal is definitely worth a go. However, if the fault clearly lies with you, especially for minor infringement, then it might be wiser to pay up, ideally within that first couple of weeks, to get the discounted rate. If your appeal gets rejected, there's another recourse. Poplar, that's the independent appeal service, could be your next step. You'd need the official letter of rejection though before you proceed. If you're still a bit undecided about whether to appeal and you want to speak to a professional, then you might want to chat with online solicitors JustAnswer. They're running a £5 trial and you can ask them as many questions as you need in the online chat to help you make your mind up. I'll leave a link to them below this video for you. Best of luck!